Good morning, one and all. My name is Dr. B.V. Rajanna, Associate Professor, Department of EEE, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Today I am going to give lecture about power electronics on the topic DC choppers. DC choppers. DC choppers is nothing but fixed DC input voltage to variable DC voltage conversion. So, for example, this is DC chopper. So here this is input fixed DC and this is we are getting variable DC output. So here I am going to explain in my overview of presentation introduction of DC choppers, types of choppers, step down choppers, methods of control. So chopper is nothing but input fixed DC to variable DC output. So introduction. So nothing but introduction, we are going to deal about the chopper, what it is a chopper. So chopper is a static device. So it is a static device which is used to obtain a variable DC voltage from a constant DC source. Okay. So variable DC voltage from a constant DC voltage source. So a chopper is also known as a DC to DC converter. So for example, if you draw here, it is a chopper. So input DC voltage. So fixed input DC voltage to variable DC output voltage. So it is a chopper. So chopper is also known as DC to DC converter. Next, the thyristor converter offers greater efficiency, faster response, lower maintenance, smaller size and smooth control. So choppers are widely used in trolley cars, battery operated vehicles, traction motor and control of large number of DC motors, etc. They are also used in regenerative braking of DC motors to return energy back to supply and also as DC voltage regulators. So nothing but regenerative braking. So regenerative braking means, regenerative means what? It is there in the meaning only. So regenerative braking means generated energy is supplied again back to source. So it is nothing but regenerative braking. So generated energy is again supplied back to source. Next, types of choppers. In types of choppers we have two types. Choppers are of two types. So step down chopper, it is a step down chopper, and step up choppers. So here in step down choppers the output voltage will be less than the input voltage, whereas in step up choppers output voltage will be more than the input voltage. So that is for step down chopper, V0 less than Vin. This is the output voltage and this is the input voltage. For step up chopper, V0 greater than Vin. So this is we need to remember. Next, this is step down chopper. Principle of step down chopper we will discuss. So this is the circuit of chopper. So here this is the output current I0 and this is load resistance and this is the supply voltage, VDC input. This is VDC input. So this is VDC input. So VDC input we are giving here to the chopper circuit and here V0 is the output voltage. We are getting variable output voltage. So here as we see, this is the chopper circuit chopper. So it's a step down chopper with a resistive load. The thyristor in the circuit acts as a switch. So this is a thyristor. So acting as a switch here. So when thyristor is on, supply voltage appears across the load. So when thyristor is switched on, so when this is switched on, so the whatever the voltage is there on this input voltage is applied across the load. And when the thyristor is off, the voltage across the load will be 0. So the voltage across the load VRL is equal to 0 when thyristor is off. So next VDC is equal to VRL when thyristor is on. So when thyristor is on, voltage across the load, voltage appears across the supply voltage appears across the load, and here this is V0. So VRL, load resistance is VRL. So this is VRL. Okay. So when thyristor is on, supply voltage across the load, and when thyristor is off, the voltage across the load will be 0. The output voltage and current waveforms are shown in figure 2. So here this is the step down chopper's output voltage and current waveforms. So here we can see this is the output voltage and current waveforms. So here we are having the output voltage waveform as a square wave. So like this the waveform goes. So I am drawing it again on this one. So like this. So like this. So it appears like this and goes on like this. So this is the output voltage, and here to here it is on time, and here to it is its on time, and here it is off time, and this is VDC. This is output voltage, variable output voltage. So variable output voltage, and here this is the output current, and this is the output current. So here we are here it is I0 is equal to V by R. So here V is the voltage and R is the resistance. So this V is the voltage and this is the output voltage, is the output voltage V0, and this is the on time and this is the off time, and here V is the voltage and R is the resistance, and I0 is the output current. So here this is V by R waveform. So it is like this. So like this it is goes, and this is IDC, nothing but output current waveform, and this is total time. So step down chopper's output voltage and current waveforms I have explained now. And next here we know already I told VDC is nothing but average value of output or load voltage, and IDC average value of output or load current, and T on time interval for which SCR conducts, and T off time interval for which SCR is off, and T is equal to T on plus T off, so period of switching or chopping period, and F is equal to 1 by T frequency of chopper switching or chopping frequency. So here VDC is nothing but the average value of output or load voltage, and next IDC is equal to average value of output or load current, and T on nothing but time interval for which SCR conducts, and T off is the time interval for which SCR is off. And next this total time we will be getting by adding the T on plus T off, that is period of switching or chopping period, and next F is equal to 1 by T nothing but reciprocal of time period, nothing but frequency of chopper switching or chopping frequency. So nothing, last is methods of control. So in methods of control we are dealing with the output DC voltage can be varied by the following methods: the pulse width modulation control or constant frequency operation, variable frequency control. So pulse width modulation. So what is pulse width modulation is, in pulse width modulation the pulse width of the output waveform is varied keeping chopping frequency F and hence chopping period T constant. So the frequency F is equal to T is equal to constant, F is equal to 1 by T is equal to constant we are making. So here therefore output voltage is varied by varying the on time T on. So figure 3 shows the output voltage waveform for different on times. So this in figure 3, so this is the output voltage. So here we can see this is on time and this is off time, and this is time period, nothing but total time. So here T is equal to T on plus T off. So here we can see the waveform like this up to here, then like this, then next. So this is the waveform. Next, this is the output voltage again. So here when we change the pulse width, then we are getting the waveform like this. So this is the waveform when we change the pulse. So here we can observe the T on. So the T on is varied here. So the on time and off time. So here we can see here the off time is off time. So T on. So the T on time is constant and T off. So the time period T is equal to 1 by T is equal to constant. To T equal to 1 by F is equal to constant. Or here also F is equal to 1 by T is equal to constant as we observe. So this is the concept of pulse width modulation control. So variable frequency control. In variable frequency control, in this method of control, the chopping frequency F is varied either T on or T off constant. So this method is known as frequency modulation. So figure 4 we have shows the output voltage waveform for a constant T on and variable chopping period T. In frequency modulation, to obtain full output voltage, range frequency has to be varied over a wide range. So this method produces harmonics in the output, and for large T off load, current may become discontinuous. So this is figure 4 as we see here. The T on. So here we are varying the frequency. So here we are varying frequency F is equal to 1 by T. So we are varying the frequency here, F is equal to 1 by T. So we are varying the frequency F is equal to 1 by T here, and here this is the output voltage. output voltage. So here we can see this is the on time and this is off time. So here the frequency f is equal to, so f is equal to 1 by t is varied. So here this is variable frequency control. Variable frequency control. So this is an example problem we have given. So in a DC chopper, the average load current is 30 amps. In a DC chopper, the average load current is 30 amps. The chopping frequency is 250 Hz. Supply voltage is 110 volts. Calculate on and off periods of the chopper if the load resistance is 2 ohms. So here in solution we are discussing IDC is given 30 amps. This is nothing but DC output current. And the frequency, so this is the chopping frequency. So chopping frequency f is equal to 250 Hz is given and V is equal to 110 volts. So this 110 volts is the supply voltage. Supply voltage means input. So this is input supply voltage 110 volts and R is equal to 2 ohms is given and chopping frequency is 250 Hz is given. Now chopping period we can calculate the chopping period T is equal to 1 by f, 1 by 250, so 4 into 10 power minus 3, so 4 milliseconds is the answer. And next IDC, so is equal to VDC by R, so and VDC is equal to dV, so from here therefore IDC is equal to dV by R, so here we are getting dV is equal to IDC into R by V, 30 into 2 by 210, so 0.545 we are getting the duty cycle. So chopper on period we can calculate, so because T on by T is nothing but D. So nothing but duty cycle. So T on by T is nothing but duty cycle D. So this D is nothing but duty cycle. Duty cycle. So duty cycle D. So here IDC R by V. So 30 into 2 by 10 0.545. So chopper on period T on is equal to dt. So 0.545 into 4 into 10 power minus 3 we are getting 2.18 milliseconds. And chopper off period, so T off is equal to T minus T on, so T off is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 3 minus 2.18 into 10 power minus 3. So how much will be getting? T off finally 1.82 milliseconds. So finally we have calculated T off and T on. So this is the solution. So what are the advantages of DC chopper here? So the advantages of chopper are given below. So it has greater efficiency, it has faster response, it requires less maintenance, it has compact size, it has smooth control. Next, it is cheap, its cost is lower than the motor generator sets. Next, applications of DC chopper. DC chopper has many applications. So the applications of chopper as given below. It is used in battery operated vehicles for fast dynamic response. Next, it is used for control of AC series motors and traction systems. And next, it is used for control of large number of DC motors. And next, it can be used to control the speed of wound rotor induction motor. And next, it can be used in switch mode power supply regulators. And it is used in subway cars to reduce the tunnel heating. It is also used in trolley cars, marine hose, mine hauses and forklift trucks. And it can be used in electronic automobiles and in electric automobiles. So here the tunnel heating, so SMPS, so induction motor, DC motors, dynamic response, traction systems, so electric automobiles. So these are all important applications DC chopper is useful to us. So in summary, so what we have discussed today in this lecture, chopper types and principle of working studied. So chopper types and working principle are studied. Then chopper circuit diagram and waveforms are discussed. The next, advantages of choppers are discussed. The next, its applications of choppers are discussed. And also one example problem. Example problem is also discussed. So this is the summary of today's topic, DC choppers. Thank you.